In this video, we're going to talk about the revenue meta. So this is something that didn't exist in crypto really because people weren't really talking about revenue in crypto. No one really cared. It was all about the potential for storage like Bitcoin or maybe the new computer. We were talking about the compute power when it comes to Ethereum and other coins. No one really cared about how much a particular protocol was making. This really changed a couple of months ago. Of course, people were talking about how much Tether is making for the stable coins, and you can see that the top two on DeFi Llama, the top two protocols by revenue are Tether and Circle. Both are responsible for issuing stable coins. But if you look down the line, then you're going to see a couple of other things which I think are pretty interesting, and this is what we're going to talk about in this video. I think we're entering this new kind of meta because two of the coins here on the list, Pump and Hyperliquid, Pump and Hype, are really interesting. So pump.fun is of course the leading launchpad on Solana that allows you to easily launch your own coin in a very easy way, in a very standardized way as well, with no capital at all. This is the groundbreaking thing, and they also add a lot of features on top of that, like live streams, a very recent thing, different group chats and so on, which makes it very appealing to outside users. And also they are doing buybacks of their own tokens. So they did the airdrop. They did also. They plan to do more airdrops for different kind of users, and that's pretty much very interesting stuff. Of course, there was also a public sale that, well, it went well. It completely sold, but then it dumped, well, thanks to the market conditions and also a little bit of FAT as always. And then we saw the resurgence recently. It got really up in the past 2 weeks, basically, which is very, very interesting here. So it's much higher than it was on the public sale at the top. And then they're also planning to do more buybacks, and they're thinking about the token. And another such example is Hype for Hyperliquid. So Hyperliquid, of course, I have a trading series where I trade on Hyperliquid. This is one of the best, if not the best, crypto exchange, definitely the best decentralized exchange where you don't need to go for any KYC process. You just connect with your wallet and start trading. Of course, you might be fans. I don't know what kind of locations this is available in, because it also depends on the regulations in your own country, but usually you can just access with a wallet and start trading. And what Hyperliquid did was the largest airdrop in history. Altogether, I think they distributed like $1 billion to different various beta users. So if you were trading before November, you were getting an airdrop. And of course, what started as just an airdrop for an exchange quickly grew to a really big coin because Hyperliquid became its own L1 blockchain. They have many applications. They plan to do another airdrop down the line. So it's not too late to start farming it if you want to go for another season. And then, of course, they really have this revenue incoming. So if we go back to revenue, you can see that they're at the top, and both Pump and Hyperliquid has around $2-3 million daily revenue. So if you look at the past 7 days or last 30 days, Pump.fun had $50 million revenue, Hyperliquid had $90 million revenue. So really high. Also very cool stuff is that on the list you have Axiom, which is a trading application for meme coins. Also allows you to do perps. I'm going to provide the links both for Axiom and Hyperliquid if you want to use my referral links that will give you some discount on the fees. So please feel free to use them. And then you can see that, well, Axiom doesn't have any kind of coin right now, so that might also be interesting for the future if they decide to do some kind of an airdrop. Altogether, I think this is very interesting meta. We're going to see more applications that are judged by how much revenue they are making, and also it's a little bit like stock analysis. In the end, people will start to analyze how much revenue they are making versus how much the particular token is worth, and if it's, for example, like too little revenue or too much revenue versus the token price, the price will go up and down, and people will keep buying or selling depending on how much revenue there is. So that's super interesting. Of course, thanks to Hype and Pump, those two are leading really the leaderboard here, and we started to talk about revenue for different protocols as well. I think it's only the start of the meta. We're going, because of course with like any kind of business, it takes more time than just, you know, to issue the token. But the story of pump.fun and the story of Hyperliquid, those are the stories of the two of the fastest growing startups in history, probably, especially with Pump going to basically like $1 billion in a straight line over 1 year, which is the fastest growing startup ever. Probably before that was only Binance Exchange, if you count that. In 2017 they went to like $1 billion valuation within a year as well. I think like that was 7 months or something. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel, and finally a word about the sponsor of this video, IMUA, which they're doing a public sale, and also you'll be able to engage by staking. They try to provide you with the yield if you start staking BTC, ETH, XRP, or Solana. You'll be able to stake in order to verify on-chain and off-chain applications, on-chain like bridges, off-chain like robotics, AI, and so on, which is, I think, very, very interesting. Check them out. The link will be down below in the description as well. And for everything else, of course, subscribe to the channel and see you in the next video. Remember that nothing here is financial advice. You should always do your research before jumping into any kind of coins. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.